Hello, welcome to the St. Lucie Habitat for Humanity Port St. Lucie Restore. I'm Will McLaughlin, and I'm the Restore Director. We are so glad you've joined us for this first segment of our live stream Home is the Key lunchtime get-together. Sit back, relax, have your lunch, and enjoy learning more about St. Lucie Habitat.
Hello, I'm Melissa Winstead, and I'm St. Lucie Habitat's Development Director. I'm going to kick off this live stream event with an operational update. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, we canceled all volunteer assignments at our construction worksite and restore locations. In addition, we closed our Fort Pierce and Port St. Lucie restores to shopping and donation pickup and drop-off. In an effort to maintain our essential work, we redirected several of our restore staff to our construction worksite. Our crew is keeping a safe distance from one another by following the Center for Disease Control and Prevention's social distancing guidelines. As you know, the COVID-19 pandemic is a public health emergency, and the longer it goes on, the more it becomes a housing emergency. In any crisis, it is always those with the least who are harmed the most. Millions of families who have lost income will soon face the impossible decision of making rent or keeping food on the table. On a local level, we must prioritize support for low-income families. St. Lucie Habitat for Humanity is poised to play a key role in local recovery efforts, just like we did after Hurricane Irma, which you'll hear more about on Wednesday. For many of us, shelter in place means figuring out logistics and adjusting mindsets. For others, it only exacerbates the conditions with which they've struggled for so long, such as homes that are already overcrowded because the only way to afford rent or save up money is for extended family to stay together in too small of a space, or houses that are not healthy because of leaks or mold. When these are the choices you face, you can't win. As the economic shock from this crisis ripples out, families who are already struggling will be hardest hit. They always are when disaster strikes. These are the families with whom Habitat partners. They are going to need our hand up now more than ever. And now more than ever, our work, much like flattening the curve, will require all of us. Together, we can help these families, our neighbors, build their lives back. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Bob Calhoun, and I'm the Executive Director of St. Lucie Habitat for Humanity. And like all of you, I've been spending a bit more time at home than I have in better times. But this is a perfect time for us to recognize and celebrate all the blessings that a place to call home brings to our families. You cannot put a price on the security and comfort that home brings in trying times and in good times. But for many in St. Lucie County, there is a price for safe, decent, and affordable homes, a price that they cannot afford. So they struggle with housing that weighs them down and, in truth, weighs all of us down. Habitat for Humanity has a solution, and with our help, Habitat homeowners achieve the strength, the stability, and self-reliance they need to build a better life for themselves, their families, and indeed all of us in the community.
Thank you, Bob. I'm Melissa Winstead. We thought this would be a good time to get some additional updates from you, Bob. Can you tell us what has been the biggest challenge for St. Lucie Habitat since the onset of COVID-19?
Yes, I think like all of us adjusting to this new reality in our lives, in the uncertainty in it, it's been navigating through that process, making the hard decisions that we've had to make about asking volunteers not to come and volunteer with us over the last several weeks, closing our restores, which generate revenues that have actually helped build almost 70 homes here in St. Lucie County, and seeing where we're going to go over the next few weeks. But indeed, I think things will be different, but things will be good.
Can you tell us more about the status of your Habitat homeowners and their ability to pay their mortgages?
Yes, by the very intent of what Habitat does, we try to serve the population who cannot achieve homeownership through the marketplace. So they're a little more vulnerable than most home buyers would be. But they're also very resilient. They also are very strong, and they worked really hard to become homeowners. So they put a high value on that. In fact, they outperform the regular home buyers in terms of servicing their mortgages. But we know that they will be troubled and they'll be stressed. And as I think everyone has heard, the federal government insures about half of the mortgages here in the United States. And they have ordered those mortgage lenders, if you will, to provide what's called forbearance, which is just a suspension of mortgage payments while people reorient, restabilize their financial lives. And that's done without penalty to those homeowners. So we really think that is an excellent strategy, and we've made preparations to offer that same assistance to those homeowners if they need it.
That's wonderful, Bob. Do you know of any homeowners that have lost their jobs or are suffering from a loss of wages?
But we do, and we've heard from two, and it kind of reminds us how deep this pandemic has affected everyone, one of whom is a teacher at a preschool center, and the preschool center ended up closing because with everyone at home taking care of the older children and being stressed financially, they, of course, just took the younger kids back into the home as well. So the population at that particular daycare center went down to the point where they just had to close doors.
Bob, can you tell us how the community can help St. Lucie Habitat?
Yes, and we've always put a high value on our volunteers, and it was painful to tell volunteers that we were having to take a pause of somewhat uncertain time. But we hope in the next coming weeks that we'll be able to reopen our restore, our construction sites, our repair programs to volunteers once again, and also to the public. But also you can continue to support us by making a financial contribution to help us continue these programs and emerge from this temporary situation stronger and continuing to serve St. Lucie County.
Thank you for that update, Bob.
Thank you. And I thank all of you for joining us today. So let me introduce Donnelly Askman, who is St. Lucie Habitat's program director, who will introduce you to our homeowner selection and support committee.
Hi, I'm Donnelly. As Bob always says, the Homeowner Selection and Support Committee has the best and the hardest job throughout the entire Habitat for Humanity organization. St. Lucie Habitat's Homeowner Selection and Support Committee is a panel of 10 to 12 volunteers who meet once a month to develop policy, select qualified applicants, conduct home visits, and give recommendations to the Board of Directors for final approval of homeownership. They also support our home buyers throughout the program. Some of our committee members have taken coursework so they can assist in the mortgage underwriting process. Yes, you heard that right. All of our Habitat homeowners pay an affordable mortgage. One of our newest families, Portia and Desmond, moved into their home in July. They work very hard to complete the program obligations by attending financial and homeownership classes, completing over 300 sweat equity hours, and saving thousands of dollars for closing costs. We are so proud to partner with families like these who have the passion to work hard in order to own a home and encourage others through the homeownership program. Congratulations, Portia and Desmond.
Hello, and welcome to our first ever live stream venture. I'm Jim Braxton. I'm president of the St. Lucie Habitat Board of Directors. Our board is an all-volunteer group of individuals who are dedicated to ensuring that we continue to meet the needs of our community while performing the mission of Habitat for Humanity. Thank you for joining us today because we cannot do this mission without you. Your support as donors and volunteers means a lot to our affiliate and the community. I was asked to speak to you a little bit about volunteerism. Let me tell you a little bit about my story as a Habitat for Humanity volunteer. I was a member of the United States Air Force for just over 30 years. Following my retirement from the United States Air Force, I went to work for the state of Delaware in the Department of Transportation. During that period, my church entered into a venture with Habitat for Humanity in Delaware, and we joined them in Apostles-Bill. We were both a sponsor and participant for the Apostles-Bill. That experience was life-changing for me and totally rewarding. Following my second retirement, which was my retirement from the Department of Transportation, I moved to the Treasure Coast, and that was back in 2014. After tinkering with my house for about a year, we decided that we were done working with the house, and I ended up with an excess capacity of time. So I decided to turn this excess into volunteerism for Habitat for Humanity. I spend 1 to 2 days each week out in the field working on houses. There is nothing that I like better than doing that. Since I don't golf, this is a perfect outlet for me and has become a passion for me. The joy that we get from watching one of our families move into a house during a dedication is so rewarding. When one of our families takes over a house, we realize that this is probably the first time in their history that they are taking on an independence that they've never had before. A responsibility and an independence which is unlike anything that you've ever seen when they move into a new house. You too can see that. You can be a part of that. And you can do that by volunteering with us. Thank you for tuning in, and please consider becoming a regular volunteer. You can do this by going to our St. Lucie Habitat website and making a commitment to our cause. Believe me, you won't regret it. Thanks for tuning in again, and welcome to our live stream venture.
Hello, my name is Dana Trabulsi, owner of All Things Treasure Coast and the Treasure Coast Business Summit. I was really happy when my friends at Habitat asked me to share their mission with you today. As I sit here on the front porch of my own home, I'm reminded of the significance of the jingling of keys in my pocket and what that really means. To me, it means safety and security. It means a place my family can call home and we can grow and flourish together. From my work in the community, I know that's not the case for all families in St. Lucie County. That's why I urge you to please give to St. Lucie Habitat for Humanity so that they can continue to build safe, affordable homes for people right here in Port St. Lucie and Fort Pierce. Home really is the key to resilience and a better community. They've made it so simple to give. You may either visit their website by visiting stluciehabitat.org or simply text 772-324-5033 and the word KEY. That's 772-324-5033 and the word KEY. Thank you.
Thank you, Dana. Habitat has a big mission and a big story and a big heart. We thank you for joining us today for our live stream, and we'll welcome you back tomorrow at noon. If you have any questions about our work or would like to learn more, please contact us and we'll be happy to talk to you and explore it further with you. So, see you tomorrow.